Welcome, everybody, to another edition of the Cover 2 podcast. I am Nick Nenad, and I will be by myself today for this version of the Cover 2 podcast. Unfortunately, Jared and I couldn't do our usual or our annual NFL preview and prediction show that we usually broadcast for like 2.5 hours. We're too busy getting ready for our respective big-time events that we're going to be attending this week. That involve NFL teams. And what I mean by that is that Jared Smith will be at Rams and Bills in Los Angeles at SoFi Stadium. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Jared Smith will be attending the first NFL game of the season. I will then be traveling Sunday to the great state of Arizona to go watch my Arizona Cardinals take on the Kansas City Chiefs live and in person. Plenty of videos, plenty of content, live content. I may go after Jackson Mahomes. I may go after Juju Smith-Schuster, and I may even go after Kyler Murray, okay? On this show, okay, I'm going to go over every single division in the NFL. But I'm going to do it in like 5 or less minutes, okay? I'm not going to bore you with your time. So, you know, it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun, guys. It's football. It's football, okay? Football's back. I'm excited. All right, moving to the East Division in the NFL, and we'll start with the NFC East, or should I call it the NFC Least, because I think this is the worst division in football for like the 10th goddamn year in a row, okay? We start at the bottom with the New York Giants. I have no idea why they're playing Daniel Jones. There's no reason to play this guy at quarterback, and I think they've ruined their entire 2022 season by playing this dude. Okay, you hire Brian Dable. Kenny Golladay doesn't want to play for the team. Okay, the roster's not very good overall. I just think this team's going to be very bad in the worst division, and again, draft a fucking quarterback in 2023 in May, whenever the hell the draft is, or whatever, April, May, who cares? Giants will be one of the worst teams in the NFL, and they'll be last place in the NFC East. Then you move to the Washington Commanders, okay? They're going to be very mid again this year, okay? Like they always are. Again, bad ownership, bad stadium, kind of boring team, boring jerseys, boring everything. Solid defense, but, you know, it's an easy division, so maybe they go 500. And Wentz is a better quarterback option than Kyle Allen and Taylor Heineke, but it's just, this team's not making the playoffs, okay? They're the third best team in this division, and this division isn't very good. So the Washington Commanders are third. Carson Wentz is going to make a difference, and honestly, this might be Carson Wentz's last stint as a starting quarterback, or at least the last place he's the starting quarterback at, okay? Now we move to the top 2 teams, and it will be an interesting race this year to see who wins the division. Okay, we saw the Eagles make the playoffs last year and the Dallas Cowboys win the division. The Eagles, you know, they got Tom Brady and Tampa Bay in the first round. You know, that's what you should get when you're the number 1 seed or when you're the number 7 seed in the playoffs. You barely make it in, and you should play one of the best quarterbacks of all time, if not the best quarterback of all time, right? I mean, sorry, he's the best quarterback of all time. I apologize for even insinuating that he's not. He may be the best player of all time as well. The Eagles make the playoffs at 9-7. Cowboys limp into the playoffs all year, and then they blow it against the 49ers, who ended up being a surprise team. But nonetheless, now we look at what happened in the offseason. Dallas Cowboys, they lost Amari Cooper because they didn't want to pay him. They've lost all of their offensive line, essentially, to injuries or to free agency. And there's still question on whether who the starting quarterback is or who the starting running back is in Zeke and Tony Pollard. So again, this team won the division last year. They definitely did not improve. I think fans and the media are starting to recognize that, and that's why there's so much hype around the Eagles. But I think with the Eagles, there's only hype because the Cowboys suck, okay? And this fan base is very large and one of the top fan bases or worst fan bases in all of football and sports, okay? Jalen Hurts coming into his 3rd year as a quarterback, okay? They add A.J. Brown. They add a lot on defense. a weak division, so they will have a chance to make the playoffs. And if they win the division, which I think they will, they'll make the playoffs. But honestly, does anybody really see this team getting past like the first round? Like, is honestly this team going to beat the Rams? Are they going to beat the Buccaneers? Would you even say they're going to beat the Cardinals? I don't think so. Okay? And so, or, Packers, Minnesota Vikings, whoever you want to throw in, right? So, I don't know. I just think this team, they will be good. They are a playoff team. They will win the division. But again, are they really like a top team in the NFL or even in the NFC? I don't think so. I think they might win one game. Might win one game if they get an easy matchup. But I honestly think that when you look at the way it's structured, right? You have the Rams or Cardinals who are going to... Well, you know what? Now that I think about it, because the NFC West might not have the best record, I don't know. We'll see. But I don't see the hype with the Eagles. I don't trust Jalen Hurts. And so when I don't trust your quarterback, which I don't trust any of the quarterbacks in this division, Dak Prescott, Carson Wentz, Daniel Jones, Jalen Hurts, I can't say you're even going to win a playoff game. So, Eagles win the division, but still not much to look to.